as we gather in spirit and song, let your heart be open to the sacred melodies that uplift and unite us. You're going to learn something amazing about who you truly are if, in recent times, you felt like you're not quite human, that there's something unearthly about your aura that either leaves people absolutely enthralled with you or makes them feel strangely uneasy around you. I'm speaking to those who have spent their entire lives being labeled as too sensitive, too spiritual, or too different, without seeing that they are a unique earth angel with the capacity to change entire populations simply by living in your truth. You will completely get why you are so unique, why your presence feels like a catalyst, and how your ability to change entire communities is more powerful than anything most people will ever have. You see, the majority of individuals are totally unaware of their existence, following the rules that society, their families, and everyone else, aside from their own souls, have inscribed for them. They are sleepwalking through their days. However, even though you weren't aware of it, you had been awake the entire time. You have been radiating a light so intense that it physically compels people to either run away or step into their own light, because they are unable to bear the reflection of who they are not. Fitting in is not why you are here. You weren't. Whether you realize it or not, you have been doing just that, disturbing, awakening, and shaking individuals out of their spiritual comas. Without even recognizing it, you have created this amazing defense system. Consider Princess Zelda from the video games. She is a strong, attractive princess who changes into the enigmatic warrior Sheik when she has to defend herself and finish her quest. You've been using your energy just like that. Although it's not your whole power, you've established a public persona that is nonetheless true to who you are. Only when you're by yourself or with the one or two individuals you fully trust may your true, unadulterated, divine energy emerge. And what do you know? You're not being dishonest there. You're being wise there. Your soul constructed this lovely barrier after all the betrayals, attempts by others to dim your light, and times when you came yourself completely and were scorched for it. Your spirit seemed to say, "All right, let's approach this strategically. While we finish this mission, we will safeguard the sacred aspects of who we are." This defense mechanism developed as a result of your experiences that would have destroyed others. The betrayals from those who were meant to protect you were soul-level betrayals, not just ordinary betrayals. The misfortunes were tests meant to fortify your spiritual armor, not merely poor luck. In reality, everything that attempted to bring you down helped you become the unstoppable powerhouse you are now. Yellow heart if you feel the divine love. Now is the time to share. Click the super thank you button on YouTube to contribute $50 or more and help us spread God's blessings. What you do is being watched and serves as a seed, and in the future it will come back to you a millionfold. Only in total safety does your holy personality, that unadulterated, vulnerable, and lovely you, emerge. It's similar to having a priceless item that you only display to those who have demonstrated that they won't attempt to harm or steal it. This is a side of you that most people never see, and it should be that way. This is a sign of your spiritual intelligence, not a senseless guardianship. Your mask is protective, not a false one. It's an essential protection that lets you navigate a world that doesn't always recognize or grasp the magnitude of the light you possess. Because you're wise enough to understand that not everyone deserves access to your full potential, you learn to conceal some parts of yourself, not because you're ashamed. You learn to be more cautious about who sees the true you over time as a result of several betrayals and accidents. And to be honest, this has increased rather than decreased your power, because it has so much more weight today when you do show who you really are. People may sense that you are more complex than you appear to be, and that intrigue adds to the allure of your vibe. The crazy part is that you are actually being studied by others. I'm referring to intense surveillance, not just casual observation, to find out how you're doing. They're looking through your social media accounts, asking your mutual friends about you, and performing strange wellness checks. And it's not because they're concerned about your welfare. Rather, it's because they're unable to understand how your life functions. They are perplexed by your work ethic, in awe of your proficiency in all that you do, and, to be honest, a little terrified by the fact that you appear to possess a healing skill that influences everyone in your vicinity. There's something almost hypnotizing about your energy that they can't explain or duplicate, which is why they're watching you in awe. You're breaking generational patterns that have been present in your family for decades or even centuries. In addition to breaking patterns in your own life, your family had everything planned out for you, including where you would end up, what sort of work you would have, and how your life would unfold. Based on the restrictions they agreed to set themselves, they wrote the entire script for you. After that, you began revising the narrative. You didn't go along with their plan. You didn't live up to their predictions. Your enormous vision crushed their little hopes. Not only did it catch them off guard, but it completely upended the family structure. You see, when someone deviates from the norm, it sends ripples through the entire family. Not only did it free you, but it also made a new template for everyone who follows you. This includes every harmful relationship pattern you refuse to repeat, every poverty mindset you rejected, and every limiting belief you broke. Because something that was so expected about you suddenly became unpredictable, your family members are unsure of your future. They were prepared to criticize your decisions, since they believed they understood your path. However, you then began to bring about a reality that deviated from their modest expectations, and that misunderstanding has evolved into either bitter resentment or reluctant respect. Your descendants will genuinely thank you as their ancestor. It was you who stated, "This stops here." And that type of bravery, that degree of spiritual disobedience, identifies you as different in ways that people can sense even when they can't understand it. This limitation, this pain, this settling for less, it ends with me. This explains why lately you've been experiencing that selected energy so powerfully. People recognize you when they see you, not because you're attempting to be unique, but rather because you possess a quality that cannot be learnt, imitated, or falsified. Everyone in your vicinity can sense the frequency of transformation that you carry. People believe that they should follow you, and it's because leadership is ingrained in your spiritual makeup, not because you're attempting to lead. People want to learn from you, want to know how you see the world, and want to discover what you know that they don't because of something knowledgeable about your energy. People start to doubt every aspect of their lives because of the field of possibilities you provide. You're not attempting to sway anyone. You aren't pressing or preaching. However, your very presence is evidence that there is another option. You're a living example that people don't have to remain in a rut, accept dysfunction as the norm, or tolerate mediocrity. People react to this in one of two ways. Either they feel inspired and begin to improve their own lives, or they feel intimidated and want to bring you down to their level. People either love you or they can't stand you. There's rarely a middle ground with you. In actuality, both responses validate your authority. Your soul recalls something about you, and those who love you see it. When they see the brightness you carry, it awakens a dormant part of them. The people who were supposed to accompany you on this journey are your true tribe. People want to learn how to access the same feeling of divine mission in their own life, which is why people are drawn to you. They sense that you are acting with purpose. However, Those who are unable to tolerate you are responding to the mirror you hold up to their lives. Your joy draws attention to their suffering. Their masks are exposed by your genuineness. Their fear becomes more apparent because of your bravery. You're just being yourself. You're not doing anything to them. However, your mere existence is enough to bring about all of the things people have been trying to avoid in their own lives. People believe you possess a healing skill of some kind. You do, to be honest. Your frequency automatically elevates whatever place you're in, not because you're attempting to heal someone. People are forced to face their own issues because of the way your energy is so in line with authenticity and truth. While some individuals detest it since they wish to maintain their dysfunction, others like it because they are prepared to mature. Do you recall the time when everyone was wondering about you? Are they merely acting this way to get attention? Or are they truly this spiritual? Is this a show, or are they truly this happy? They were waiting for you to make a mistake to show that your metamorphosis wasn't genuine. There's no way someone can truly be this optimistic. People were searching for some kind of front, proof that you were acting, trying to gain influence, or acting improperly. They found it hard to accept that someone could be as genuine as you seemed. They therefore continued to wait for the mask to come off and reveal the true you as something unsatisfactory or phony. Dove brother and sister, everything done in faith is returned in God's abundance. You can donate $100 using the super thank you button and be part of this divine call. If your roots are connected to Him, your fruit will be blessed. It always comes to light with time. And now, those same individuals who doubted your sincerity are silently marveling at the fact that everything you predicted is coming to pass. All of your self-perceptions are being validated. They can no longer deny that the life you imagined is coming to pass before their very eyes. Now, there's no denying the genuineness they questioned. The change they questioned is now finished. It is now evident that the route they claimed wouldn't work is more effective than they could have ever dreamed for themselves. Furthermore, that validation is cosmic affirmation that you are who you claim to be all along, not just personal validation. You're currently in a validation phase that involves more than merely disproving others. Everything you've been saying about yourself needs to be supported by the cosmos. People are in awe of you because they are seeing someone who truly lived up to their promises, someone who became the person they stated they would be. Most people never even try the item you've mastered. You now know how to use both your light and your shadow to dance. Being a flawless, one-dimensional spiritual being is not what you're aiming for. This highly magnetic force is the result of your integration of all aspects of yourself, including your wounded, healed, fierce, and gentle sides. Because you're genuine, people are drawn to you. You're demonstrating to others what it looks like to be gloriously rebuilt, not acting as though you've never been broken. You're showing what it means to get stronger by learning from your mistakes, not asserting that you've never made any. You're demonstrating that anyone who is prepared to put in the effort can undergo transformation, not that you've always been enlightened. People are unable to resist the alluring aura you've created by striking a balance between light and dark, power and fragility, and knowledge and wonder. Not manipulatively seductive, but captivating in the sense that truth is. Genuineness is alluring. Wholeness is alluring. A person becomes enticing to those who are still fragmented when they have made the deep effort to integrate every aspect of themselves. You have an almost mesmerizing impact on others because of the way you handle light and dark. This strong magnetic field is produced by someone who values their shadow just as much as their light. It's almost addictive to be around someone who is so real that they can tell you're not hiding anything or acting like someone you're not. Speaking of genuineness, Let's discuss the loyalty tests you've passed. You've been surrounded by individuals who were loyal to everyone but you. Pals who would choose turmoil above your peace. Co-workers who would put you under the bus to protect themselves. And family members who would defend strangers before defending you. No one truly had your back, even if it seemed like everyone in your immediate vicinity was loyal to someone else. You seemed to be the only one who cared about your personal interests. It seemed as though you had no one to truly pour back into, even while you were surrounded by people. You felt as though no one really knew you or comprehended your own personality, despite the fact that you were always giving to others. You seemed to be hiding behind a mask, not to be dishonest, but to safeguard the holy parts of yourself that you only displayed when you were by yourself or with the select few people you truly trusted. But despite all of that treachery and deceit, you remained the same person. Even when loyalty wasn't reciprocated, you stayed faithful. Even when others were dishonest with you, you remained sincere. Even when vicious people tried to break your heart, you refused to let them. A friend was a friend if you were one. You appeared as family if you were a member. You didn't intentionally try to irritate or meddle with anyone. You have been getting ready for something greater by maintaining your integrity and refusing to let the dysfunction of others alter who you are. Before it could trust you with the amount of power you're about to wield, the universe had to test your loyalty, honesty, and integrity, and you passed each test. You're getting rewarded now and getting promoted because you remained true to yourself even when it appeared like it was useless. Even when the truth didn't seem to be getting you anywhere, you remained loyal to yourself. Even when integrity appeared to be a liability, you maintained it. The genuine connections, those who will share your devotion, genuineness, and depth will follow. To create space for your genuine tribe, the cosmos was expelling users, takers, and energy vampires. And they're on their way. Let's discuss those who attempted to manipulate you before they show up. They really made an effort, as evidenced by the emotional manipulation, mental games, and attempts to cause you to question your own intuition. Some of them were skilled manipulators who had mastered these strategies after years of controlling others. They were individuals that worked with the "it's my way" or the highway mentality and believed they could outsmart you. They sought to emotionally abuse you, manipulate your thinking, and make you alter your choices in order to further their own objectives. Some of these were domineering mothers or fathers who tried to manipulate you by using force and verbally or mentally abusing you. However, you were their match. They went completely nuts because you're not easily swayed. They were unable to enter your mind in the same manner that they did those of others. They were unable to identify the triggers, the worries, or the buttons to press. All of their manipulation techniques seemed to bounce off of you, which was like an immovable object. They were even more irritated, since you didn't participate in their games. You refrained from taking part in the drama. You didn't fall for it. You failed to elicit the desired response from them. Unchangeable and uncontrollable, you simply stood in your truth, and that drove them completely crazy. And now that their deceptive methods are being revealed for what they are watching you prosper. Not only did you defy their authority, but you also assisted others in seeing through it. By refusing to be influenced, you allowed others to escape their manipulators as well. Some of these controllers were assisted by outsiders, who would conspire against you to make you feel excluded and outnumbered. They would feed each other's negativity, fostering a culture in which everyone was trying to get you or bring you down. There was a specific person who was waiting, scheming, and arranging for your downfall because they wanted to see you die. This person had a lot of free time, was either unemployed or had a history of changing jobs, was extremely frugal and avaricious, and had made it their goal to see you fail. But since you can't scheme against someone who is protected by the universe, all of their planning was in vain. When someone's path is divinely guided, you cannot plot against them. Someone who is in alignment with their truth cannot be manipulated. Your Earth Angel mission includes this. You're here to help others escape the matrix they've been stuck in, not only to save yourself. You're setting an example for others to follow every time you reject manipulation, establish boundaries, and choose your truth above someone else's lies. Simply by being who you are practically changing the collective consciousness. Every genuine decision you make has an impact on the pitch as a whole. You are elevating the energy of everyone around you each time you choose truth over comfort, love over fear, and progress over stagnation. As people observe you break generational curses, they realize they have the right to preserve their energy and believe, if they can do it, maybe I can too. People also see you create boundaries. They're seeing how you've changed and seeing that change is achievable. Although you're not attempting to instruct, you are setting an example. People are following your example even though you're not attempting to be a leader. Even if you don't intend to be a catalyst, the very fact that you exist is causing significant changes in the lives of everyone you come into contact with. People believe that you were chosen for this life, that you were given a promise before you were even born. They can tell that what you're doing is a divine mandate rather than merely a matter of human ambition. Your journey has a purpose that extends beyond personal achievement. That's why your energy terrifies certain people. You stand for everything they're not, genuine when they're not, developing when they're not, and liberated while they're imprisoned. They feel uneasy because your presence brings to light all the aspects of themselves that they have been hiding, because your vibration has become so high that it is difficult for those with lower vibrations to be around you. Some individuals actually no longer want to approach you. You're not attempting to cause discomfort to anyone. It's just that water and oil don't mix. Darkness is revealed by light. Lies are exposed by truth. Authenticity also reveals masks. But you have nothing to do with their misery. You are not to blame for their dread of your light. Dimming yourself to make others feel better is not your job. It's your responsibility to shine so brilliantly that you allow others to discover their own light. And you're doing just that. You're preventing folks from continuing to function dysfunctionally. The lies people have been living are being exposed by your very presence. You're illustrating what occurs when someone transcends generational boundaries. You're demonstrating that change is not just feasible, but also unavoidable. The collective change you are bringing about is enormous and far-reaching when someone is as dedicated to their own development as you are. Glowing star, if you want to witness God's miracles, act now. Contribute $100 or more through Super Thank You on YouTube. Your offering is like a seed that comes back to you when planted. Let His light illuminate your steps. Every donation is an echo in His plan. Every individual you have an impact on goes on to have an impact on others. Every person you touch has an impact on other people's lives. You are causing waves that reach coastlines you will never even see. Much like a stone dropped into still water. It is your ability to make people uncomfortable in the greatest possible way, with their own limitations, their own excuses, and their own mediocrity. And it is this discomfort that drives change. Mike, the creator of the Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom, sent out the following message. I'm never going to give you up. I will never allow you to experience this enlightenment by yourself. I will never browse over your pain as if it were mere content. It's actually a lifeline disguised as a rickroll. Too many of us have been banished for perceiving the truth, gaslighted by cults, shunned by relatives, and plagued by presence we didn't request, which is why I founded the Obsidian Inner Order. We now get together once a week, live on Zoom, with actual faces and people. An ex-CFO become a psychic, a prophet who ran away from Mormonism, a healer who escaped the torture of rituals. Indeed, the calls are recorded, allowing you to return to the field after being on the floor. We're not a meme. We will never abandon you. We are a miracle. Click the link in the description to join the Obsidian Inner Order. People who aren't happy are starting to wonder why they're choosing to live in misery after witnessing your true happiness and perfect contentment with the things you now have. Their dissatisfaction is being revealed by your joy. Their pandemonium is being highlighted by your calm. Their misery is being exposed by your joy. You're exuding an aura that is very different from the ugly ego that most people equate with pride. You've changed the idea of pride itself from something bad to something positive. You look gorgeous the way you walk into your power, the way you claim your value, and the way you hold yourself. People can sense that you're the one, that you've been selected, and it's because you've put in the effort, broken the patterns, healed the wounds, and stepped into your true power, not because you're trying to be unique. In whichever group of friends, family, or industry you're in, you're seen as the best, not because you're in competition, but rather because you're functioning at a whole different level. It was for you that your ancestors prayed. They envisioned you as the breaker of the generational cycle. They were expecting you to be the light bearer. The anointing of your life is not only for you, it is also for everyone you will touch, awaken, and guide out of darkness and into their own light. The power of an earth angel is this: by being true to who you are, you not only improve your own life, but also the lives of those around you. Supernatural skills or unique powers are not required. Your fearlessness, candor, and refusal to accept anything less than the truth are your superpowers. Every hardship you've endured, every obstacle you've overcome, every betrayal you've endured, and every restriction you've broken have all led up to this point, when you finally realize who you are and why you're here. You are here to make a statement, not to blend in. You are here to guide them to a higher place, not to follow the herd. You are here to show the world what it could be, not to accept it as it is. Your soul is realizing that your true mission is just getting started, which is why you've been experiencing restless energy, a sense of urgency, and a sensation that time is running out. Everything has been preparation so far. The actual mission has begun. You've learned to co-create with the cosmos, which means that half of your actual problems are resolved. You realize that working without spiritual alignment is just as important as praying and manifesting without working. You discovered the ideal harmony between effort and surrender, between faith and action. You will serve as the impetus for several individuals to go in a highly morally upright manner. People will take inspiration from you, learn from your experience, and discover their own way to truth and sincerity. It's not a theory that you have the ability to change entire collectives. It is active, actual, and functioning at the moment. Simply by being exposed to this frequency you carry, everyone who hears these words is being changed. Since transformation is your natural state, even while you're not attempting to alter anyone, change occurs all around you. People can see how content you are, and that contentment is independent of other factors. It stems from this profound sense of contentment, this harmony with your mission, and the awareness that you are precisely where and doing what you should be. Everyone you meet is having their spiritual DNA rewritten by your own presence. You're changing humanity's collective awareness, not simply the minds of individual people. The collective field is being shaken by every genuine decision you make, every limit you set, and every boundary you breach. So quit saying you're sorry for your light. Quit lowering yourself to accommodate other people. Quit doubting whether you truly are as unique as you believe yourself to be. Quit questioning whether you're dreaming about your impact. You're not. The collective change you're experiencing is occurring via your heart, your presence, and your whole being. It's not in your head. You are no longer in hiding. The time for you to play tiny is over. You can no longer hold back what you have. The world needs it. Despite individual resistance, the collective is prepared for the change you bring about. Even when people doubt your mission, the universe is supporting it. You are a unique earth angel with the ability to influence entire collectives, and that ability is about to transform your life and the lives of everyone you come into contact with. It's time for you to fully embrace your power, because the frequency you carry is unlike anything most people will ever experience.